I want to talk to you about red dye number 3 and them just banning it. Now, let me tell you why I'm so excited, okay? I believe from my own personal research and dealing with experts now for years, the stuff they're putting on in our food makes us sick. There is a reason that when you travel to other countries, everybody has the same experience. Oh, I ate and I drank and I came back and I'd lost weight. It's because there's crap in our foods that they don't allow in foods in other places. Red dye number 3 is one of them. Red dye number 40 is, let's say, as controversial, and I wish they had done more than what they just did, but I'll take it because they waited too long to do this. Now, what is it? This red dye is the stuff that you see in sweets. That's what it's here. It's got some other long name, but it's known as red dye number 3. And they just banned it. But I'm telling you, they took it out of cosmetics within the industry years ago because they were worried about it. But they left it in our food? So the FDA did this today, okay? Finally decided to ban this red dye number 3. Why did they do it? Why is this good? That's easy to answer. And why didn't they do more? What's stopping it? Dr. William Lee, okay? One of my medical team, medical director of Angiogenesis and the author of Eat to Beat Disease. Dr. Lee, good to see you. Red dye number 3.
Good to see you, Chris.
Right to ban it. Why? And why not 40?
Well, this has been a ban that's a long time in coming because, as you pointed out, the data of the harm of this drug, this food coloring that could actually cause thyroid cancer in animals violated a law called the Delaney Clause that the FDA was supposed to follow 35 years ago. And the data actually emerged in 1988 and was published by a group in Japan, subsequently repeated and confirmed. So it was banned in cosmetics in 1990. And we've been waiting, we and other, myself and other people that have really been championing that our food should be safer, finally have a reason to celebrate this one needed small step forward.
But why is it so hard? If other countries are doing it, if you have this research all the time, and I get it that, just because it's in animals doesn't mean it would be in humans, but what happened to the do no harm thing? And why is the government so slow to push up on these? Is it because of the agribusiness lobbying? Is it because of the need of abundance in this country? I mean, what is it that keeps stuff that, even if it's questionable, why would you have it in the food?
Well, listen, I'm a scientist and I do cancer research, and I can tell you that many of the innovations that we experienced in the 1950s and 60s and 70s that were amazing at the time, science is now beginning to tell us, in this case, a long time ago, but even more recent research is telling us that the things that we thought were okay before are not so okay now. And so I think what's happening is that the zeitgeist of our nation is now saying we need our country to protect our interests. So finally, this move actually shows us that the FDA cares.
Well, I don't know that they care, because I think that they'd be doing more. At least they did something. And again, it's a little weird that they do it right at the end of the term like this. How concerned are you about what is still in America's foods that is not or are not in other countries' foods?
Well, I'm hoping that this is going to be a precedent, a first step to show that there's accountability by the FDA and other regulators to be able to look at what's in our food, be transparent about the research that's been done, and to listen to the American people on what they're going to allow or not allow. There are laws in place to be able to do this. In fact, we need to be more progressive about this. And I think that one of the things that everyone is looking forward to are changes in our regulation to be able to highlight the good things in food and highlight the bad things in food. This is about transparency, and it's about actually letting people know what's going on. I can tell you for red dye number 3, if anybody wants to look at where this actually lives, go to the Environmental Working Group, their database. You can actually search red dye number 3 and look at the 3,000 foods that it appears in. And by the way, the ban that was announced today gives the food industry until January 2027, so 2 years to get it off the shelves. So I think that now it's up to consumers to be able to look at the ingredient labels is what I always tell everybody. Don't be afraid of red foods. There's lots of natural red food coloring, beetroot and others that actually are perfectly fine. They're used in Europe and elsewhere. But if you actually pick up something that looks red, don't worry about it, but do check the ingredient label to see if there is red dye number 3 or any other numbered food coloring that might actually raise your suspicion.
The next one's got to be high fructose corn syrup. That is the one. If I could get one thing out of food that I know would help us with type 2 diabetes, with our obesity issue, with so many of the problems that we see with our kids, that would be it. And I know that because I read Dr. Lee's book. Anyway, Dr. William Lee, thank you very much for joining me as always. It's good to see you and Happy New Year. Hey, thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget, click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.